Mike, we are home.
Yeah. Can you believe it? We got them to pay for this trip once again.
For a third consecutive year.
Well, we got it sponsored, though. Okay. We had to get it sponsored.
Who sponsored it?
Dollar Shave Club.
Oh, man, what a setup.
Epic razors.
Yes.
Epically affordable. In stores and online.
We have brought friends this year. Jeremy is here.
Hey.
We're excited about that. We have a cast of thousands
We're excited about that. Chris Cody, maybe not so much.
Not
Chris
so
Cody
excited about
is
that.
not excited about this at all. Chris Cody loves this event. Jeremy, now you know why Mike and I love this event.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm excited that Mike and I are no longer these lone voices telling everyone, hey, we need to come to Tahoe every single year. You have now seen it for yourself. Go ahead.
I'll tell you this. Pretty cool. This place is pretty amazing.
You think?
See the mountains behind us? It's pretty incredible. Weather? Amazing. Chris Cody, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 7 microclimates, all on 18 holes. And you can catch all the wonderful, picturesque vistas that Edgewood Golf Resort has to offer on Peacock and NBC all weekend long. We actually legitimately get up for this tournament.
We do.
Because it's a well-run tournament. It's great golf. It's beautiful vistas, as I said. And it's also some of the most famous people on the planet. We're going to be talking to some of them throughout the week, Stugotz.
We are. 2020 champ Mardy Fish is going to join us coming up next. I can't wait to tell him because he won that one. There were no fans there. It was the COVID year. There were boats. There were no fans. He needs to do it when there's a gallery around.
He does.
And I need to tell him that.
Absolutely, you need to tell him that.
Absolutely. But we are excited because we get like these small rooms, right? Like the night before the day we play, which is Thursday, right? We're in like this room. It's, it's a meeting. Everyone's kind of, talking about the rules and setting up the event and here's what's going to happen. And it's like a rundown, right? But in that same little room, and we're in the room. We've been lucky enough to be in the room. It's Kelsey. It's Mahomes. It's Timberlake. He's not here this year, by the way.
It's a shame.
I know.
Recording an album.
Yeah.
That's a rumor on the street.
Oh,
but
boy.
it's Aaron Rodgers. We do shots with Kelsey. We're hanging out with John O'Hurley. And Ray Romano.
The Jay Peterman. Ray Romano when he's not hitting Chris Cody in the leg with a drive off of 17.
Yeah, so we have a blast, and we get guests that we wouldn't normally have access to because they're sitting right in front of us. And
yeah.
I'm not afraid to ask.
It is going to get pretty star bleepy around these parts. And what are you going to do? Watch baseball? There's nothing else going on right now. That's why this is such a perfectly scheduled tournament. It's something fun to do with friends. I actually have a 6-person fantasy team that I built out with my friends.
Of course
and we
you
have
do.
a competition 100%. I got
Really?
head-to-head props bet that you'll be seeing like throughout the week. I'm making sure Joe Pavelski avoids every hill on this wonderful golf course. I can't have any turned ankles because I rate him highly. Also, Alex Killorn, 22-1 just because it's his first year. The killer Killorn.
Wow.
There's some nice action there.
He's gambling again.
I'm gambling.
Clearly
again.
has scouts out here that we didn't know about.
I'm all about this tournament legitimately because of where it's at, the fact that we've been lucky enough to attend now.
We get to play in it.
We get to play
crazy.
on Thursdays because of the hospitality that NBC affords us and the access that they afford us. I've grown to really love this tournament. And on the golf calendar, I've got the Masters, the Waste Management Open, the Players' Championship, and honestly, like this.
It's the 4 majors.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd rather come to this than the Open
I'd
Championship.
much rather come to this. This is one of the most beautiful
Who wouldn't?
places on Earth.
It's unbelievable out
This
there.
is like people talk about Pebble Beach. I've never been. I understand that. I see it on television. It jumps off the screen. Same thing with Augusta because of all the history there. This golf course is honestly in that conversation as one of the holy spots in Golf America.
We've barely been here for that long at all. I haven't even had a chance to actually walk the entire course yet, and yet I'm already willing to solidify it as one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
You have a
It's tough one
you have a
hole.
second-degree burn
Yeah,
on your thighs.
I do.
And we haven't even gotten
I
started.
do. Yeah, that part's not great. I'm more concerned about the fact that I'm going to be an actual lobster by the end of this, but that's okay.
But you're already putting this in your top 5 courses of all time?
Oh yeah,
You haven't
certainly.
seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, and I know.
Okay.
Come on.
Who are the targets this week, Mike? Like, every year we head into the week and we have targets from all these celebrities. And the celebrity guest list has changed a little bit this year, a little bit, but still there are some big names on there. So
we don't get to shout from a distance at Nick Jonas
No.
or Justin Timberlake.
But Miles Teller is back again.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and he had quite the gallery last year. Look,
did.
Aaron Rodgers, we got to get him on God Bless Football.
He's number 1 for me.
We've got to get number 1 for me is Patrick Mahomes, and you're in with Travis Kelce. So if we can get Mahomes and Kelce together,
Yes.
maybe
I think that's
leverage
the main
some of our
goal, right?
relationships. Maybe if Mardy Fish comes by,
Well,
next segment, we can
that's the
talk
better
him into
angle.
it.
I'm down with Kelsey. Kelsey came on the show one year with us. But we have a better setup this year. I love the setup. People are going to think we're legitimate this year. It's great. But Kelsey can help us get Mahomes. I don't want to ask Kelsey for favors. I'd rather ask Mardy Fish. Mardy Fish speaks with. I'm sorry for cursing.
You can't.
But he speaks.
You can't do that here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, in Tahoe, he means.
Yeah.
Not on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. He speaks with Mahomes every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Marty, listen, you're a fan of the show. You're friends with mine. You're a friend of Mike. You're friends with our families. Get us Patrick Mahomes. Huh?
Yeah.
You got to make it happen when we talk to him.
I will. I'll ask.
I mean, there's obviously staff out there. The audience knows how much I've gotten into hockey, but watching Joe Pavelski play this tournament last year, that's Captain America right there. He's an American hockey legend. I love to just geek out with TJ Oshie, Joe Pavelski, Mike Modano, who's consistently in the top 8 out here. You want to talk about American hockey legends, Mike Modano's out here. So I get up for that. And also the quarterbacks that I saw growing up, John Elway's back for the first time in 6 years.
That's awesome.
Out here. Steve Young, it's always cool to see him out here. Emmett Smith, Jerry Rice. These are legends of the game, bona fide Hall of Famers in the conversation with greatest ever to play at their positions, and they're all here, all in one spot.
You
It's
guys
incredible.
say that, and I just want the pictures from the yachts. I want Josh Beckett. I want Mark Mulder. I want all the guys.
Is Beckett
from
here?
Beckett's here.
Beckett's here?
Beckett's here. Come on. We got to get
Beckett's
Josh
here.
Beckett.
Mulder's here.
Yeah.
Wells
David
is here.
Wells is here.
That was our best
Clemens-
interview last year.
Clemens is here because he's staying at my hotel. We'll get to my hotel.
Oh,
in a
man,
second.
we need to hear that.
Well, listen, I'm embarrassed to bring you guys down to where I'm staying. I am. I'm embarrassed. Like, I invited you to come for lunch today. You guys blew me off. I appreciate it.
Stugotz, we had a 1
That's
o'clock
not what
call
happened.
time.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Listen, I am on an epic run. Listen, the run I am on right now, from the Gorge to Lake Tahoe, and then off to San Francisco for 3 final Dead and Company shows at Oracle Park coming up this Friday. It is greater than the run that Jim Nance goes on every year from the NCAA tournament to Augusta. It's quite the run.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know, Jim.
Don't get me started with that guy.
Yeah, he's the great villain out here. He's a legendary champion, but Tony Romo does come with a very intense reputation out there. Look, this is as fun as it gets for us. I came away from last year saying that's about as much fun as I've ever had working. And if you heard our coverage from the 17th hole last year, you would know, that I had plenty of fun last year. I'll tell you who I don't want to talk to, and I just can't be around.
Romo.
The air is thick whenever I'm around Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have to handle that yourself.
I will.
And Kyle Lowry, I'm just going to be hiding behind trees.
I got you on that one.
You got the
I
Kyle
got
Lowry.
you on Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
We'll
have a great time.
Pretty transparent with my feelings on the matter. And I'm genuinely hoping he's not a member of the Miami Heat by week's end. So we got to make those
What are you
salaries work
doing?
out.
Why
doing
are you
already?
digging a deeper
He's
hole?
a very nice guy. Very nice
He
guy.
is a very
Hall
nice
of
guy.
Fame point guard. Battled through so many injuries. Don't want him at all on the roster. Least favorite Heat player of all time.
There is a guy out here, and I believe it's his first year out here, that I have. He's either number 1 or number 2 on my target list, and only for you, by the way. And that's Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
Baker.
yeah, I forgot
Yes.
Baker's here.
Baker's here.
I'd
We need
mark out for
Baker.
Baker.
Yeah.
I'd mark out for Baker because I always will have a soft spot in my heart for Baker because when I was a Browns fan, he took the Browns to the playoffs, beat the Steelers. So that I was going through the list with my wife. I wish my wife was out here because when you're out here, you get it. And when I was going through the
She's
list,
been out here before, though.
no, she hasn't been out
she
here.
hasn't?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's a great memory though. Stugotz.
That shows, Mike. I'm on quite the run, and
she
Nance
saw
like
the
run
list.
right now.
She
Yeah.
saw the list, and she knew that Beckett and Baker would mean a little extra,
Right.
to me. Also, the lead singer from Chicago,
I saw that.
legend, ACC legend.
Wait, so if the lead singer of Chicago is walking up with Baker Mayfield, and I tell you, Mike, we can only get one of them. Who are you telling me to get?
Is it a Saturday in the park? We are in July. I'd probably go Chicago.
You would go Chicago.
I'd
I know
go
you
Chicago out there. But again, we have Jay Billis out here. He's going to tell me to keep my head up.
Yeah.
And the rumors are
He's
true.
going to tell you to keep your head up after I tell you to keep your head down.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
Billis
Yeah.
does.
You're caddying for Mike Golick Sr. Excuse
On
me.
Friday, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you really? Because there's a lot of internal concern here at this tournament that you're going to bail on Mike Golick to head to the Gorge.
No, I just came from the Gorge.
Yeah, all right. So
I'm
we're
going to
head out
San
to San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Yeah, all right.
It's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. Listen, I called NBC and I asked him, hey, can I caddy for Golick? Who's driving by right now? Who is that? Are they famous? Is that Josh Allen?
No, he's wearing shorts. Josh Allen.
What does that mean?
Josh Allen wears pleated pants. We all know this.
Of course. We all know this.
That's all he wears?
It's not tailored.
That's what a veteran in Tahoe
Can we
knows.
put that on the poll,
Josh
please?
Allen
Does
wears
Josh Allen
pants.
only wear
Well,
pleated pants?
He's on the cover of Madden this year. I hope he stepped it up.
Is he wearing pleated pants?
Yeah.
Mike, I came from the Gorge. I'm going to San Francisco.
My
I will
bad.
caddy for Golick on Friday.
But
Because-
there's only one thing on the planet that would get you out of this Dead and Company run, and it's this place.
It's this place, yes.
It's breakfast with Roger Clemens.
Well, that's tomorrow morning. Okay, 7
You got to
o'clock.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Staying at my hotel, the
Yeah.
Rocket.
Yeah,
Excited.
Rocket.
You want to
If
join us?
If you ever want.
He has no idea that he's doing this with me
If you
tomorrow.
ever want an interview that will not challenge you at all
Nope.
and make you feel great about your career with no other questions asked, Stupidity.
Hi. Hello.
Sue's got you covered.
It's a safe zone, man.
It is the safest zone. This is a no-wake zone when it comes to interviews, Roger. So
I really can't imagine a better place for him to be than on Stupidity.
It's a very. I want to talk mushrooms with him. I do. That's
With
really.
Roger Clemens?
with Roger Clemens?
Well, I meant with Aaron Rodgers.
with
Aaron Rodgers.
Right,
Yeah,
all right. We're circling
speaking
back
of
around.
other softball
Logic
interviews.
jump.
That's,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
that's another safe space for Aaron Rodgers.
You know,
Yes,
the
it
last
is.
time Rodgers was on God Bless Football, I had to bring Dan on for the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
That's why Rodgers likes me. Doesn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dan.
You could bring me on to ask him about Taylor Swift if you want. That much we could do.
Probably not.
Yeah,
So
I get
we're
it.
gonna be bleeping. we're gonna be bleeping stars. It's gonna be a star bleeping palooza out here, and we're gonna be shameless about it because July. It's the doldrums of sports.
Yeah.
This is quite honestly the only thing on your sporting calendar to watch outside of Gold Cup. And come on,
I want to
really?
address, by the way, do it in the World Cup, okay? I want to address your concerns about Friday. Golick has the first tee time, 7:45.
Yeah, a tea time that you made sure. would be
4-hour
the earliest.
round, 11:45. I'm in San Francisco by 3:30. I will be around for the entire round on Friday.
There is no
Maybe.
way you do all 18 with Michael.
If we're placing bets, I don't know what the odds are, but I'm placing a bet on Stugotz.
The
not
only
being
reason
there
I
for the
won't get
entire
through
round.
18 is because I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Also,
I can't walk.
look at the signs. There's no smoking on the premises. If
well,
you start a forest
there is
fire,
now.
if you start a forest fire here in Tahoe, we're never getting invited back.
Forest fire. Fire.
Collision course.
Welcome back to our coverage live from the American. Well, actually, this is not live; it's taped. Taped from the American Century Championship.
Good save.
Yeah, here in Lake Tahoe. It's all brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Epic razors, epically affordable. Find them in stores or online. And we are joined by American Century Championship royalty right now.
Former champion.
A former champ.
One-time
One-time
champ.
champ.
Yeah, one-time champ.
Do it again.
Perennial top 5 finisher. Last year, we kind of lost the plot a little bit.
I had a lot of second place finishes too.
Right.
We're talking, of course,
Some ties in there.
to Mardy Fish. Marty is actually, well, a little trivia about Mardy Fish. Outside of being a former ACC champion, you have more ACC championships than the Miami Hurricanes, by the way. Outside of being an American
Really? You
Century-
had to weave the Canes into this conversation?
Like, let's go.
What else
Golden
was he
cane.
going to do?
Look, that's self-deprecating.
He's a golden cane. Yeah, he can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Outside of being a huge fan of our show, a great dude. He's one of, we think, 17 people on the planet that have defeated Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal in tennis.
We made that number up though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
What, the 17?
Well, we were trying to.
17, yes.
We
So
figured
there's no
out.
way it's
We
17.
figured out that there's 7 who have beaten Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic.
Yeah.
So we, how many more could have also beaten
A lot more, I think.
So we just
Yeah.
added
All
10,
better.
and we
Yeah.
just decided to go
At
with
least
17.
10, maybe.
Okay.
I think 20. There's probably 25 guys that have beaten Federer and Nadal. Yeah, probably
And there are
I'd say 20,
15 people that have walked on the moon.
12.
12?
people that
Yeah,
walked
our
on
math
the
is
moon.
good though.
So double, just double.
He was so worried about Dollar Shave Club,
Yeah.
he didn't remember a single word that anyone else said.
Epic razors.
Epically affordable.
Epically affordable.
Marty gets it.
Find them in stores or online.
Or online.
There
Yeah.
you go, Marty.
Marty,
the last time you used one.
it's great to have you here.
Never.
As great
the
as
last time I did.
as great as your accomplishments on the tennis court have been, your fiercest rival in athletics is definitely Tony Romo.
Yep.
If you go by the head-to-head matchups year over year, there's always an option, a prop bet: Tony Romo versus Mardy Fish.
What is it this year?
It's pretty close. He's a slight favorite, minus 110 to your plus 110.
How many times has Romo won the
I
tournament?
got
Do we
plus
know?
action. He's won it twice, maybe 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
There was, of course, at one time when you won the tournament and he withdrew on the final day.
He did?
Yeah. So you don't have the
I
screen
think he
cap.
stubbed his wrist. He had like a bad wrist or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so-
it happens.
2 totally different approaches to the game.
Yeah, but no,
Stugotz.
but here's what's happening, Mike, okay? Marty is sitting here spending time with us. Romo is on a driving ring somewhere,
Well, I'm
stretching out.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Stugotz to say my win was the 2020 year with no fans.
Yeah,
COVID
do
doesn't
it with
count.
fans there.
And then to do it
Do it
with
in front of the fans.
There were a lot of boats.
You were going to walk me to that line no matter what.
I like to think
There were a lot of boats.
There were tons of boats.
I like to think Tony Romo's got
Do
like,
it with a gallery.
the Rocky Balboa Siberian winter training regiment going on right
Right.
now with Hearts
Yeah.
on Fire.
Tony
Claire
takes
in the
his golf
background.
very seriously. He's got He's got multiple coaches. I love Tony. I love playing golf with Tony. He's a phenomenal golfer. He truly is a phenomenal golfer. He's played in PGA events, Korn Ferry events. Still keeps his amateur status when he plays out here, so he doesn't accept the money, even though he's won quite a few times. And there's good prize money here, so I take it. I've got bills to pay.
What's the biggest achievement for you? Because Mike mentioned some of the things on your resume, but I think Jack Nicklaus calling you the best non-professional golfer he's ever seen, probably just knowing you the way I do, has to be right at the top. Like maybe at the top.
It's pretty cool. Look, I got to play with Mr. Nicklaus one time. The front 9, I think I played the best 9 holes I've ever played in my life. I shot 29 on a 9 holes. Yeah, I opened up with an eagle and
Par 3
got
course,
up and
or-
down, hit one in from a bunker, like par 3 course. No, it was his course, the Bears Club.
I got tips for.
Oh, really?
Bears
Wow.
Club.
I got
Yes.
tips for a par 3 if you need them. Take out
Yeah,
the driver.
The Bears Club. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
5 feet from the
well,
hole.
we're gonna find that out on Thursday. The Bears Club, which is his course as well. Look, I think Mr. Nicklaus hasn't watched enough non-professional golf, but I've still got. That being said, I've got the picture in my phone, and whenever anybody needs to see it, I'll show it to him. Or if anybody has anything bad to say about my
I would
golf
just
game,
lead
I'll
with
just
it.
send it to him.
Every conversation.
This tournament, it's fun, but you kind of see a sea change. We're out here at the beginning of the week, and around Friday, right before day one, you remember that everybody here, a large chunk of the contestants, combatants, entrants, competitors, they're actually competitive athletes. They're world-class athletes, and everyone that steps up to this practice range actually thinks they have a shot to win it on Friday. It's like a weird mood. And then by Saturday, it becomes lighthearted. But I do like the intense fever pitch that it gets to right before the first start. Why is that?
Well, you got to remember, too, probably half, maybe even more than half, don't play anymore. Like, I don't play professional tennis anymore, and I don't have much else to go on competitive-wise. And so I use these tournaments, for that. I'm super excited to – it's the best email I get every year when the registration comes or you're invited to Tahoe.
Same for me.
Every
Right,
year, it's a pretty special email, and so I click register, and I'm usually the first one. I'll jokingly text one of the guys that works for NBC Sports and say, was I first? Usually every time. And I'm usually first every time. Every once in a while there's a couple guys that beat me, but most of the time I'm right there. So it's one of the best weeks of the year.
Do you agree with Mike that everyone walks up to this tee on Thursday and thinks they have a chance, or Friday, and thinks they have a chance at winning the tournament? Because I say no way.
Not John O'Hurley.
Yeah, except O'Hurley. Right. And maybe Derek Carr.
And
Like, he looks great on the range.
No,
but
Derek Carr knows he's winning.
He knows he's not winning.
Yeah, no, Derek
He knows
Carr-
he looks the best on the
Look,
range.
we've scouted this. We like Derek Carr's ceiling.
Yeah.
He hits the ball wonderfully well off the tee. Very straight. It's David.
And there's no way Jay
Right.
Billis
I
is
think that's
walking
the
up on
confusion.
Friday thinking he's walking away with the tournament.
Well,
There's no way.
Charles, but Barkley, he plays for the top 70.
Yeah.
There's always something they play. Like Aaron Rodgers plays for top 10.
Right.
So we got a little bet for that. Steph and Dell, they play for
I took Dell plus
they get
6.5.
plus 6.5. So you're getting a point. Yeah, what's that? Minus 110 or?
Yeah, minus 110.
He's gambling again.
Gambling again.
Jesus. Who bets that?
Don't have me roll out of bed and have a sports book nearby. Just don't do
Well, we
that.
saw the list of
the
things that he
Currys.
bet on just the home run derby.
Yeah.
There's a lot-
I got a text from Mike this morning.
Take the slips out.
I got a text from Mike this morning before 6 a.m. about who he had bet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's
in the
on
home
East
run
Coast
derby.
time. I mean, he's on
Yeah.
East Coast time.
Yeah,
It's
still
early 9 o'clock.
Still getting adjusted.
So these are personal bets you have with these guys, huh? Like you made them directly with.
No, I mean, like, there's some. I make one with Aaron for sure, but because I just don't think he'll do it. But Charles, I want to bet that he does finish top 70 because everyone rags on his swing and his game.
Yeah.
He's gotten
he
better
used to
though.
be a really
Yes.
good golfer, and his game has gotten better. So I root for Chuck to play well. The Currys, they've got they keep adding a Curry every year. There's in 10 years there's gonna be like 40 Currys out here.
Just Currys.
Yeah, it's just the tournament's gonna be just Currys. But Steph could probably get his sister in. He could probably get Damian Lee, who's married to his sister, who's a professional basketball player. I mean, Damian should play.
So we rib you a good amount about the Tony Romo thing, but it does hang over this tournament. You guys are by consensus the two best over this era. And so, like, how much do the other guys give you?
I mean, Annika Sorenstam is the greatest female golfer ever.
Yeah.
I feel like on a short course like this,
Hopefully she doesn't
She'd
beat
crush
Pavelski.
all of you. She would.
Yeah, like I feel like on a
that
short
another
course
bet,
like
Mike?
this,
Yeah,
but
I
she
took
hasn't.
Pavelski.
But Annika hasn't won one of these yet, and I got to play with her. I've only gotten to play with her once, and it was in Orlando. There's 3 of these: one in Orlando in January, one in Dallas in April, and then this one's kind of the Super Bowl of them all. And I got to play with her once in January in Orlando on her home course, which is super cool. I mean, she's like,
awesome.
she's so good from 60, 70 and in. It's like automatic.
It's
you know?
expertly
It's super
done.
cool.
He avoided the question and put Annika Sorenstam over, but I was saying
Derek Lowe is one. Has
Walder's
one.
one.
No, I know there are a lot of
Walder's
good
really
golfers.
Boulder's
player.
good, man.
but there's a
But we know
marquee
the rivalry.
here. There's a rivalry here.
It seems to have. It has played out recently. I won the one in January.
Not
Tony
in
won
fans.
the
No
one.
fans. Yeah.
Tony won the one in. No, I'm saying this year in January.
Oh, okay.
I won
Fans
that
were there?
one. There were fans
Congratulations.
there. I won that one by 17 strokes,
Okay.
by the way.
Go to the Super Bowl of
but do it here.
yeah.
celebrity
Yeah.
golfing events.
And then Tony came back and beat me in April in Dallas.
Oh, so this is the rubber
So
match.
this is like kind of. Although he doesn't play, he does that commentary gig. He talks a lot of football, on TV. So
Sure.
he gets paid a lot of money to do that. So he doesn't play the one in Orlando smartly.
Now, last year, moving day, we had a great 18 holes.
Yep.
I was with you every step of the way. I'm not going to be here for you outside of Friday. You're going to have to do this on your own.
So we're moving Friday to moving day.
Yeah, Friday, you got to
Friday.
come out with
Friday
your
is
house
a
keys.
moving day.
It's your
Then what
first
does
round,
Saturday turn into then?
It's a
Just,
good question.
You're going to
Just
fall back
Saturday.
to earth because I'm not going to be here.
Just
I'm going to be
Saturday.
watching
So I
Mission Impossible.
Wait, hold on a second.
That's
Wait,
a
time
management
out.
day.
You rode with Marty moving day last year.
Yeah.
And he had a great round.
Yeah,
Yep.
incredible round.
Were you the leader after the second round last
I
year?
was in the last group. I can't remember if I was a leader or not, but I was in the last group.
And then Mike bailed on you on Sunday.
Bailed, and I played like.
And did you like kind of notice?
Oh,
like,
I
Mike's
knew he
not
wasn't
here.
there.
I needed like my security
Yeah.
blanket.
No, I knew he wasn't there.
What a
My
friend he
dad's
is,
talking to random people on the course now, and not instead of haggling with Mike.
Nightmare.
Feel bad now, Mike?
Yeah,
Or-
dude.
I do. I
Sure.
do. But that's
Is
why
it
I'm here
like
day one.
Is it like a
Coulda-
money thing, like a plane ticket thing? I mean, like, can I, like, is it?
It's
like,
I
can
have
take care of
to
your-
I have to go back and see my family for 2 days before I head off to MLS All Star thing.
I mean, the
thought you
beautiful
were going back to
Harveys
see
and
Mission
Harris
Impossible.
over there.
What,
Can
he
I?
drank for
Ethan
72
Hunt's
consecutive hours last year. He needed to get home.
Yeah.
Like he was stumbling around.
Yeah. Oh,
All right, we'll let it
yes.
slide.
dude, those pink lemonades.
We'll let it.
There's just people don't know how 17.
Marty,
Is 17 the most pressure
17
filled
is
hole?
daunting.
he booked
daunting swing.
He booked Andre Iguodala on the show with us, walked him over to the table, and then did not partake in the interview. That's how hammered he
In
was.
my defense, it's hard enough to say Iguodala when you're sober. When you're 17 pink lemonades deep, you got to know your limitations.
That's true.
Well, Marty, we're rooting for you. We know that this year it's probably going to be another close shave between you and Tony Romo. And if you're in a close shave,
Well done.
Look at
close
that.
shaves, Dollar Shave Club, Epic Razors.
Epically affordable.
Find them in stores or online. Stugotz, any last questions for Marty before he goes?
I would like Marty to make a guarantee, and then also ask him. He's got all these relationships and these friends, and they're not friends of ours, but they're friends of his.
Marty's the
and
mayor
Are you
of the
going to
American
ask for
Century.
I
like
want
the,
Mahomes
Are you
on.
going to? I was
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah,
That's-
yeah.
I just
Come
want Pat.
No.
I see you. You're on the phone with them all
Everybody
every
lean in.
year.
Everybody
you want
lean in.
Pat, Steph, and and Rogers in the same.
I'm going to get
same
Rogers on
interview.
my
God
own.
bless football.
I just want you to get
Yeah.
Pat on if you can.
It's a little,
All right.
it's a little
I'll work-
awkward.
I'll do my best.
There was
Okay.
thick between me and Aaron
You want to make
Rodgers.
a guarantee?
I'll do my best. I guarantee you that I will do my best.
No, I want you to guarantee victory over Romo.
Oh, I'm trying hard.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. 96 calories available for delivery. Dan, it really shouldn't. Yet somehow it sneaks up on us every year. The grass courts, the All England Club, the stuffiness, the stiffness, the whiteness. Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, and Dan. Just like that. Make no mistake about it. Wimbledon is back.
All right, 2 notes. It's Wimbledon,
Right.
and I believe it's Carlos Alcaraz.
What
Not-
did I say?
You said Alcaraz, which I believe you have Nicolas Cage breaking into him.
Alcatraz. That's funny. I see what you did there. Speaking of back, Ricky Fowler. Headline over the weekend, Rikers Island found violating safety standards. And it would be news if Rikers Island wasn't violating safety standards. It's official. Mike Greenberg is now hosting every show on ESPN. Greedy. I lost my space. Dead shows. If I didn't spend the weekend near Seattle, I would have no idea the All-Star game is this week and no idea that Seattle was hosting it. Did you know that?
I did because
Because you're following sports?
I'm gambling again. And MLB Network was playing the 2001 All-Star game in the lead-up for it.
Right.
So I got to see Tommy Lasorda fall back on the third base line.
Really?
Yeah, because someone foul-tipped a ball and the bat went flying.
Huh.
Great memories. Also, John Lieber got lit up that game.
He always gets
Did
rocked.
you- did you know that John Lieber was an all-star?
No.
Oh, yeah. Jeter, dead center, and then Maglio right after that. Yardo.
Mags?
Mags.
Oh, man.
Was really cool of my friend to give me a tour of the West Wing a couple of weeks ago. Almost left my phone behind.
Couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yep. Death, taxes, and Joey Chestnut. Why does it seem like we have made no advances on the rental car front?
That's true.
Thank you.
That's true.
That's
Like,
true enough.
it's
I'm tired of
it's
it.
got to be better. Now there are like premium memberships where you can just pull up and stroll into your
Walk
car.
right into a car. It's
And-
great.
They don't work.
What do you mean they don't work?
I'm
What do
telling
mean
you,
they don't work?
listen, I have the budget fast break. I went in line yesterday. I walked up. They said your budget fast break number's not attached to the rental. I said, give me a break. I'm a fast break member. Look how many rental cars. I have traveled the country in your rental cars the last 3 weeks.
Give me a
Just
fast
like-
break.
You're just running into Danny Green's fast break defense every time.
A guy at a Dead Show asked me where I was from. I told him South Florida. He responded, that's where those two devils live. I responded, you know what that means, right? He said, no. I said, that means there are a couple of devils cutting it up. He said, what the heck are you talking about? Mushrooms. That's what happens at the gorge. What can I tell you?
Mushrooms?
And those conversations. An annual tradition unlike any other. The J.J. Watt July 4th American flag emoji tweet. If you haven't taken a me weekend, you haven't taken a weekend.
How many me weekends have you taken?
That's all I've been taking lately. I love a me weekend. Dan, you know what the J at J.J. Watt stands for? July 4th. Dan, you know what the J in July 4th stands for? Joey Chestnut.
Hero.
Yep. A girl walked past me at the Dead and Company show. She was telling her friend how heavy her body felt. I screamed out, "That's the Molly!" She responded, "Thanks, Captain Obvious. Don't need to hear it from the peanut gallery." To that girl, I'm still laughing. Thank you. And I'm not certain you're not my soulmate. What a great line. I mean, seriously. It was on Molly, by the way. It was better than her. Jeff Van Gundy, TNT, Collision Course. Victor Wembanyama, bust.
Nice job on the name.
Thank you. I don't want to be that guy. But Dan, Ease up on the vacation time. I mean, your name's on the show. Truly unprofessional. The rare weather delay for a hot dog eating contest. Do me a favor. Rain or shine, start the hot dog eating contest on time. To the fans who waited out a 3+ hour rain delay to watch the hot dog eating contest, get a life.
True patriots.
What?
Those are true patriots.
No.
Those are people who care about America.
There are people who need to get a life.
All right.
CBS, congratulations. By signing J.J. Watt, you are now officially America's pregame show. I'm surprised as part of the negotiations, dead shows, JJ didn't make CBS move the pregame show to the USA Network. The Atlanta Braves. Holy. That's all I got.
They're cheating.
They're amazing.
What do you mean they're cheating?
There's a woman in the crowd that screams before breaking balls.
Oh, God.
They're cheating.
But holy, they're good.
Yeah.
The Bravos. They should give Ronald Acuna Jr. the MVP trophy right now. Am I right?
He's on pace for a 40-70 season.
That's why they
40-70.
Give it to him right now before he gets there. Actually, I'm surprised J.J. Watt didn't start his own pregame show with 4 military vets on the USA Network. Robin and Brooke Lopez, both on the Bucks. Mike, you of course know what that means, right?
A couple of Lopez's.
Cutting it up in Milwaukee. Look at you. You're better at this than Dan is. He's on vacation all the time, this guy. Dan, the Knicks have signed Dante DiVincenzo, the Italian kid who was born in Delaware. I think only you and I get that.
$50 million for him.
We stink.
We're homers, Jeremy, you and I, but how Gabe Vincent goes for 33.
It is really, truly unbelievable to think that Dante DiVincenzo gets, $17 million more than Gabe Vincent?
Well,
Where
if
is Gabe Vincent now?
He's
LA?
a Lakers.
He
He's a Laker.
Yeah,
Really?
Blanca,
We lost
33.
Gabe?
Yeah.
Struce is in Cleveland, in case you missed that one.
What?
Struce is loose.
Oh, my God. Do we get anyone?
I mean, by the time this airs, hopefully.
Please.
Wonder what J.J. Watt got the United States for its birthday. Whatever it was, it's going to be tough to top the Ford F-150 he got her a few years ago. Hey, Neymar, you want to live on a lake? Then move to a lake house. Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Don't make it too obvious.
Well.
But over your right shoulder is Dan Quayle. What? Be cool. Dan Marco Polo. A game that has truly stood the test of time. Top 5 games that have stood the test of time.
Ooh, I like this.
like
I
that.
like this a lot.
You know, kids are still playing Marco Polo. these
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the go-to
It's a
game.
classic.
It is the go-to
In the
game.
pool, it's that, and red light, green light.
Yep. All right. Number 5. Tetris. No?
I mean, it's your list.
Number 4. The Legend of Zelda.
Okay, you're going like actual video games?
Yeah.
Definitely, just graphically speaking.
Right.
Not standing the test of time.
All right. I mean, kids
Hold
are
on.
still playing them.
The
though.
Legend of Zelda did get rebooted, but I thought you were going to go more like rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, that would,
Right.
Rochambeau. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's called a couple things.
Number 3. Marco Polo. Number 2. Tom Brady's.
Yeah.
Number
true.
1. Michael Jordan's. Here come the Mariners. The M's.
Pretty good.
I wrote that a week and a half ago. The Mariners were hot when I wrote that. I have no idea if the Mariners are indeed still hot.
But you do
they
know
were a week and a half ago.
You do know they're hosting the All-Star game now, though. That much you know.
Only because I was in Seattle.
And I do
Right.
know they hosted in 2001, and John
But are
Lieber
they
was
still
a
hot?
gas can.
Does anyone know if the Mariners are still hot?
John Olerud in that All-Star game, maybe?
Wow.
It was a good moment with Jeff Nelson.
Been coming to upstate New York every summer for 12 years now. And I have never seen this many Buffalo Bills flags, hats, and license plates. Dan, you know what the B in Buffalo stands for? Bandwagon. You know what the B in Bills stands for? Bunch of phonies. Speaking of Buffalo, we had quite the surprise on Sunday as a Komodo dragon took down a giant buffalo. Upset of the year. Any given Sunday. And that, Dan, is why you play the games. Dead and Company. That's how you close down Boulder onto the gorge.
Dan Quayle is very confused right now.
Stay cool, Mike. Dead and Company. That's how you close down the gorge onto San Francisco. The gorge feels like the end of the earth. Dan, you know what the G in the gorge stands for? God's country.
That's
Me.
what Dan Quill guessed. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Stay cool, Mike. Me, telling Mike Ryan to keep his head down at Lake Tahoe. Collision course. Washington, your entire state smells like delicious cannabis. A snarky Jay Billis roaming around the driving range in Lake Tahoe. Collision course. That's what he does. Seattle and the state of Washington in general thinks they are better than us. And I'm not certain they are wrong. Dan, Quail. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope captured some startling new images of Saturn's rings. You know what that telescope will never capture? Startling new images of Chris Paul's rings. Ridiculous temperatures. Wars. Waking up every morning to a new mass shooting. And of course, Donald Trump. We're all going straight to hell. Speaking of hell, ARP Riles. Dan,
Quail.
those are the weekend observations.
You know, he was a collegiate golfer.
No, he wasn't.
200 to 1.
Former vice president.
I'm gambling again.
Dan Quill, Dale.
What
I'm
are
just
you
doing the Chris Cody thing.
Really? Because he's not mad enough at you right now.
I think I'm just going to take his role here. I think that's what we'll do.
I've been away for a long time.